My name is Omololu. I'm 29. I'll be 30 this year, September 2nd. I'm from Ogun State, Abeokuta, and I'm an Ibaman by tribe or ethnic background. As cliche as this might sound, I do not have a strategy. I figured that for you to go as far as possible in the Big Brother house, the reason why you got in is the reason why you should continue to be yourself. And that's the reason why you got in was because the producers of the show saw something, and that thing that they saw is what you should continue to do, and that's be yourself. The only difference between myself in the Big Brother house and me sitting here now is that now that I have a phone, I have to go to work and all of that, and I didn't have a strategy. The only thing was I tried as much as I could to be myself day in, day out, and pace myself. I'm a firm believer of the fact that you don't necessarily have to think about next week today. Today's today, deal with today, and when tomorrow comes you deal with it, and that's how I progressed to refine the king. Currently, or all through my career, all through my life, I've had interests in the media. I've done radio for 10 years. I did PR. I do currently work as an investment manager for an investment management firm in Abuja. What else have I done? I've done PR pretty much for the biggest names in the industry today. I've worked with Lynx, with Tiwa Savage, with Joseph Benjamin, with Beverly Naya, with Toke Makinwa, etc., etc. It took me a while to actually realize that what happened was wrong. It started when I was 5. Our maid used to make me do things to her, and when I didn't do the things she wanted, she would beat me and punish me and injure me, and made me lie to my mother about how I sustained the injuries. And this went on for quite a while. I didn't want to tell my mother, not because I was scared of what the maid will do. I told my mother, but I didn't tell her because I felt she had too much to deal with at that time. She was a single parent that had kids to raise. And even at the age of 6 or 6.5, I knew how much she had to struggle to make sure that we're fine. So I felt me telling her that would just add more to what she already had to deal with, and I didn't want that. There are a lot of guys like myself that have actually gone through this. A lot of guys like myself are going through this. And somehow, they think it is cool, but it really isn't. There are people in the world today that are constantly molested, abused, and they find a way to, the people that molest or abuse these people find a way to make them feel like it's their fault. But it really isn't your fault. Also, back in the day, or back when I was a lot younger, it used to be seen as a stigma if you were molested or abused or raped. Today, people now know that these things have repercussions, and people are encouraged to speak up about these things. If you're watching right now, I need you to understand something. I went through it, I survived. The first ever contact I had with Big Brother was in 2006. And my mother actually made me watch the show, and she said to me, one day you would be on that show. Unfortunately, she's not here, but I'm sure that she's happy where she is. I'd auditioned several times for Big Brother before, but this particular one, I just felt, you know what, let me just try again, because I wasn't particularly convinced that I wanted to do that, looking at how the previous ones had turned out. And I felt like I needed a platform. People really never knew me, and I wasn't even going there for the fame. I just wanted to go there to show myself, because Big Brother is a major platform for anybody. And if you get the opportunity to be in such a show, it actually takes you 3, 4, 5 steps higher than where you were. And that is why I actually auditioned. When I got the call, I realized that pretty much my world is about to change. I say this with all conviction. I'm not a cunning person. I'm actually a very open-minded, open-ended person, really. What you give is what you get. I feed off the vibe that I get from you. If it's a good vibe, we vibe positively. If it's a bad vibe, I'll most likely stay away from you. I've also come to realize that being manipulative is not necessarily a bad thing. So I would not say that I was manipulative, but I figured that I had the gift of relating with people in such a way that they were comfortable with me. So if that was seen as manipulative in terms of getting information or getting people to open up to me, then honestly, I really don't know. All I just tried to do was make sure that I was as comfortable with everybody as I could, not because I wanted to necessarily win their hearts, but because it is who I am. I'm naturally a very voracious person when it comes to knowledge. I'm very inquisitive, not to use against people, but to learn and improve my knowledge base. And honestly, I feel like for people that actually said I was cunning, I kind of feel like they really didn't get me, and that's fine, because at the end of the day, not everybody will get you. Because when everybody gets you, then there's something wrong with you. So I feel absolutely fine. Like I said before, and I'll say again, I am not a cunning person. I'm not manipulative. I'm just really good at what I do in terms of getting information. And if that is how you see me as being cunning, then really that's just your opinion. It's not my fact. 3 experiences. I think I told Big Brother this and I'll say this here again. I learned to think like there is no box. Oftentimes the most people tell you, think outside the box. These days, Big Brother has actually helped me expand my thinking in such a way that I've come to realize that anything is possible. As long as you put your mind to it, anything is possible. That's 1. 2, in the Big Brother house, I learned that people will not have the same opinions as you. Not learned, I reminded myself, I got reminded daily that people will not have the same opinions as you. And there's nothing wrong with that. People see things differently. It's all a question of perspective. And if they see things differently, it shouldn't be seen as a negative. You should actually find a positive in everything that is not going your way at every point in time. Lastly, I think Big Brother taught me to always remember how special I am. I realized that millions of people auditioned for the show. 20 eventually got into the house. No one in the house is like me. And that's how special I am. I tell this to people and I'll say to everyone watching right now, I would feel very, very bad if anybody, including myself, was described as 1 in a million. I think it's severely underrated to say that to anybody. I think it's insulting, as a matter of fact, to say that to anybody. I don't see myself as 1 in a million. I don't see anybody watching right now as 1 in a million. I see each and everybody watching right now, including myself, as 1 in 8 billion. That's how special you are. What seems like an unfortunate incident with CC that made us become a pair actually changed me immensely. Me being a partner with CC had its ups and downs like every normal relationship in life. We had more ups than downs, but it doesn't necessarily mean it was a toxic or bad relationship. We had our moments where we connected. We have our moments where we will connect. And I think that irrespective of our differences in the house, and even though she almost made me impotent, CC is someone that a lot of people actually grow to love and adore. Also, in comparison to my partnership with Anto and I connected more because we're very like minds. We connected more because we could almost complete each other's sentences. And more importantly, it was more tasking mentally because, you know, there was someone that I had to pretty much always think about in terms of what direction this person is thinking at and how to achieve those goals. For CC, it was more of an emotional person and a mental person. So having to find a balance between an emotional person and someone that's seen as very, very cerebral was a challenge, because day in, day out, there was always something to fight for, so always something to talk about that was useful to both of us. So I would not say that one was better than the other, really. I would say that both of them had very interesting angles, very, very interesting perspectives, and very interesting lessons and experiences.